All right, welcome back to DC News Now at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Congressional leaders announced a deal this week that hopefully will avoid a government shutdown, or at least help avoid a government shutdown. And joining me this afternoon is Virginia Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, the House and the Senate leaders announced, as you well know, a top-line spending deal. What is your initial reaction to the deal, and would you support it?
I think at this point, my reaction is one of, a bit of relief that it looks as though we're moving forward and we're averting a potential government shutdown. Certainly, as someone who represents tens of thousands of federal employees, government contractors, and small business owners and community members whose livelihoods depend on the very functioning of our government. A top-line agreement, a bipartisan top-line agreement between the House and the Senate is an important step forward. Now we need to get into the details and ensure that we pass this funding bill before we bump up against any potential shutdown deadlines, which, of course, as many of your viewers know, the first of which is next week.
You talked about the importance of getting into the details. Are there some aspects of this bill that you like so far?
I like the fact that it's going to fund the government. I like the fact that it's bipartisan. I like the fact that the Senate and the House agreed. I take very seriously the work of appropriating every dollar and the appropriations process. Unfortunately, Congress, and unfortunately, much in part because of some of the chaos among Republican House leadership, we are far behind the time frame that we should be on to have the government fully funded for FY24. So at this point in time, my priority is funding the government, averting a government shutdown, and ensuring that we're doing so in a way that respects the needs of frankly my constituents and our need for Congress to do its job. So I look forward to us moving quickly on this, funding the government, avoiding a shutdown, and then getting very serious because FY25 appropriations are upon us, and we cannot have a repeat next year of what we're seeing this year.
If a deal isn't reached, what impact would it have for the Commonwealth?
It's catastrophic. We know that from the last time there was a government shutdown, 2018, 2019, that was just a partial government shutdown, and it was catastrophic for people across Virginia. I've been hearing every time we've been bumping up against a potential government shutdown, I've been hearing from constituents across the district, individuals who are impacted, small business owners who are impacted, nonprofits that are impacted. It is so horrible for the communities that I represent when not just a government shutdown, but even when we get to the brinksmanship of a potential government shutdown. So I want to see us avoid it. This should be the last time we are in this place for FY24, and we need to get aggressive at being early with our responsiveness and the bills that we put forward. Hopefully serious appropriations bills. That's what I'm calling on Speaker Johnson to put forward into the future so that we do not find ourselves in the same place again.
Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, today, voters in Alexandria will be able to select a new school board member. This is a special election for District A. This comes after a school board member resigned in November. The two candidates running for the position are Gina Baum and Tim Beattie. Now, the winning candidate will serve until the end of the year. Polls are open at 7 p.m. until 7 p.m. And if you're voting by mail, your ballot must be postmarked by 7 o'clock tonight.